Hey, we're going to take a look at the track here at Crandon. It's quite interesting. When we're sitting at the starting line, we don't quite have this view because this is a drone shot, but you're sitting there, you're thinking about what you're going to do with the other 20 guys that you're lined up with. And so you go to take off right here, and you all take off. It's a land rush start, and you come down, and we'll take off from here. And we come up out here, and we're running along. There's two jumps. We gone over the one. We got on the second one. We're into third gear. We're at about 90 miles an hour, and about right here, this is about 150 feet before the corner, and this is the first time as a driver when you're on ground level that you're able to take and see the first corner. So you're doing about 92 at this point, and you probably have about 5 guys now, two on one side, maybe one on the other. There's probably about 5 guys in the hunt for who's going to come into turn one first. So you have to make a quick decision on exactly what line you want to take, who's around you, and what's going to happen. So it gets busy real quick into turn one. Go around turn one. Hopefully it's clean. You run around here. You're in high gear. You're at about 100. You're staying with it right here, and you're still in it over this first jump right here. And right about here, you lift a little bit. You breathe the truck. You get on the brakes because this second jump is a little bit bigger. And what happens is you want to throw the truck a little bit for the barn jump, and if you over jump this, you'll jump out into the cushion on the barn turn, and that's exactly what you don't want to do. But you don't want to short brake it too much because you'll have somebody else that'll jump in front of you and make a pass right there. So this barn jump is pretty critical. Go over the barn jump, and we downshifted there like 2 gears, probably third gear here. Now we're back into fourth or fifth. Coming around here, gaining some speed. This right here, there's a rise in the track. So all the trucks, when you see them, they all rise over right here. And what happens, if you can see this view right here, it wants to suck you into the wall. So you're trying not to breathe it. And the trick I used to use is I used to keep it pinned, and I would drag the brake right there, because if you lifted it a little bit, it would unsettle the truck. And when you unsettle the truck, it wants to suck you into that wall. So basically, I would drag the brake if I had to. Come around here, you're shifting into fifth. And then right off here on this jump right here, right by the skyboxes, when you go into the air, you shift into sixth. If you run a manual transmission. So you're running down here just wide open, looking for your line, the big gravel port corner, and right about here, believe it or not, it's about 100 feet before the corner, you're throwing that truck sideways. And I might even be a little late here, but you're throwing it in, but when you're doing that, it's a ballet, you're throwing it in with 2 or 3 other trucks. So you got to predict where they're going to go and then where yourself's going to go. And so you're throwing it in. The truck's running around backwards here. Hopefully you can tuck the inside, get a guy on the exit, because what you want to do is you want to go in mid-track or a little wide here, and you want to diamond it to this inside, right about where that grass is if you can. And the reason being is because if you look at it from this view right here, it's a straightaway if you diamond it in right to that big jump going to the finish line corner. So now we're coming out of there, we're upshifting again, we're into fifth, we don't get into high gear, and we're just running. If your suspension's set up right, you sail this thing wide open, and you come up here, and believe it or not, you downshift about here and you throw the truck. Now this is a really strange corner because of the fact that you throw it in early and the corner tightens up to the end. See how wide it is right here? Well, as you come through this corner, now you're sideways, you're sliding it, but the corner's getting tighter, tighter, tighter. And if you're with somebody, it really gets tricky right here at the end, because this whole thing gets narrowed up and the corner gets tighter. So if you're running a good line, you're running through there, you go through the air in third right here, you shift to fourth, you go through right there fifth, and then this is where the chicane is going to the Argon corner. This is what I call the dance. And if you're dancing right with the truck, you're going to have a great move. So you got to throw the truck to the left a little bit, slide it to the left, and then there's a rise right here. And if you're doing it right, you throw it to the right, and you go off that rise a little sideways, you'll get a little air, and you really can't see the Argon corner just yet. You'll see where it narrows up a little bit. You come through here, and the setup right here, you can get sucked in, but right about here, you want to throw it back to the left. And you want to set up for this Argon corner, which is really a pretty tight corner. But what you do in this Argon corner really dictates what happens down this whole straightaway. You want to go wide and diamond in right here. So you'll be coming out and you'll be upshifting. There's a rise right here. The truck gets light, and you come through the back straightaway here. And the back straightaway, people don't realize, but this is the fastest part of the track. So right about here, we're doing about 103, and literally 100 yards before the turn, you brake and downshift 3 downshifts, and you throw it into the corner. You go from 103 to about 30 miles an hour through that corner. This is the toughest part, especially in traffic. And everybody, if you get the truck, you rotate it one way and rotate it the other. If you get it right, it's great. If you get it wrong, you could be in the trees. So you go around this corner right here. It's tricky, and the exit of this corner is going to be exactly, if you want to go wide, tuck in, and then you go down this long straightaway, get the gears. You're going to head off to the west here and head back into turn 1. And hopefully if you go wide and then diamond down into turn 1, you'll get more straightaway speed into the first corner. So that's a lap around Crandon. It is a blast. If you've never done it, it is the most exhilarating thing I've done in racing.